Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? I apologize if you guys hear any button pushing in the background. I'm using a different controller right now because my other one died, and I usually really want to have my controller good and up and ready, and for some reason it just didn't charge. So I apologize for any noises in the background. So let's get started right and let Attack on Titan, shall we? My God. Um, there's things that happen in Attack on Titan that I truly don't expect sometimes. But in this case, this was absolutely fire. And sometimes you just need to see a game uh, that's just like Attack on Titan to understand how ridiculous it is to see these giant things. And then all of a sudden, I see my favorite character, Levi, come in and chop up two of their necks at the same time when I have troubles just chopping up one. It's the craziest thing. Um, this week's episode goes to just blow my mind yet again that in this world, there's so much different like variants of the Titans that first you think you're like gonna get away with, fighting the Titans and get a couple easy wins. No, no, you're not. You're even gonna lose your strongest types of fighters to these weak Titans because that's just how stacked they are at this point. I mean, we've seen time and time again that you know people who just joined the Scouts could take out the Titans, but then someone like Levi this week is actually having like he's running out of breath while fighting as of right now, So it's this weird instance of what could make Levi, like be out of breath, what could push him to his breaking point, and to think that it was like just a couple of him just like happening to fight over and over repeatedly makes sense. Like it's a conditional thing. Like he literally would have to be disgustingly conditioned to not feel any type of fatigue from straight up flying around, swinging and cutting multiple upon multiple of these titans. Not to mention, this goes to show us that even though these people can transform, like for instance that thing, that the titan that I just knocked out, all of these titans supposedly are somehow a way of, oh my god, I'm out of steam. They're somehow the same as like, you know, Aaron and all the other ones that they can transform, but they're not as like ridiculously OP, like they're not outrageously strong and stuff like that. So it's a weird instance to see these Titans, and then not only are we seeing them, we're seeing them in the sense of like they don't have any like strange powers like Aaron and the Armor Titan, for instance. So we literally got to see them all transform though. So why is it that there's some Titans out there that when they transform, they're just like absolute trash compared to what Aaron has and what the Armor Titan has and all these different variants. So that was a very interesting overall thing I took out of it is even if you can transform, you might transform into a Titan that isn't even worth talking about or even worth being threatened by. So I thought that was a very out there way to show that not all the Titans are like these crazy, ridiculously overpowered Titans, but some of them can just be strong enough to get the job done. And once they get that job done, there's not much you can do after that. Like as soon as they do what they need to do, they're in and out. So with what we all overall get is more of like the whole feeling of what all of our people who grew up with Reiner's feeling is just not not wanting to actually take him out, not wanting to actually put him down, in the sense of, hey, this guy is evil and we hate him. Like, they know who he is, they know what he's even fought for at times, but as of now, he just is in the way. He is an actual enemy to you guys, so it sucks to see them even hesitating at this point because they should know he's not gonna hesitate half the time for them, seeing how he's already killed some of their people, and same with the Colossus Titan. Uh, it's very cool to see this type of stuff playing out, but at the same time, man, I just want to see me some awesome action. I want to see Aaron duke it out some more, because holy crap, the Aaron part was so ridiculously dope. Him just slugging it out with Reiner was absolutely hype, actually. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing just what could come from his progression of like fighting. I mean, imagine he just learned how to harden his skin to be able to blockade the door within a couple of months, as Reiner says this week. So imagine what he can continue to learn if they leave him alone with, the ability to harden, with the ability just to transform, and they might not be able to, attack while he's practicing and stuff like that. So it's a very interesting notion that Ryder notices, the main thing of the enemy is that he is getting much stronger over time. And because of that, you need to do something of it, or he's going to just, catch up to you guys full-heartedly. Not to mention he has the power that actually was the thing that saved him in the end, was the screaming and having all the other Titans fight for him. So that's the type of deal we're kind of messing with here at this point, and because of that, it just goes to show you that Reiner, Aaron, Armin, all of these people and their mindsets are ridiculous. Like, they all have so much intellect when it comes down just to knowing what could happen at what times, that because of it, it really kind of draws a hard stop to anybody's plans that are, um, pushing too far within the reach of winning. So, for instance, as soon as Ryder sees that Aaron transform, he doesn't just go, "Oh man, there's my target. I need to switch targets." Like, he kind of puts it all together. He's like, "Well, if Aaron's doing that, and these guys are all still not worried about him, something's up, like, there's something they're trying to make me do." And he figured out that Aaron's the bait, that if he is in the position that he is in right now to jump down and take out these horses, sure, that will be great for the overall long term, but what if Aaron runs away, leaves out, and then circles around to the Beast Titan, and then everybody outside rushes the Beast Titan, and Aaron comes up from behind him? That was a huge thing that he already figured out that they could do right then and there, so that's the type of guy, that's the type of uh, war, like, vet that we're dealing with and have to try to beat. And we're when I'm looking at him, like, okay, well, they should be able to figure it out sometime, right? And by God, he chooses to do the fight, and it turns out to be like one of the hypest looking fights of all times as of right now. In the series, I think just Aaron putting up some brass hardened knuckles and just going blow for blow with him was absolutely hype, and I can't wait to see what they go for towards the end of all this, guys. This is a huge, huge second part right now, and I don't think anybody really understands what could happen in the long terms of at the end game of all this. Because if you think about it, the people who have done like the most in this like war already is Armin now, And it looks like Haynes' squad by attacking Reiner with all of these new this new weapons that we have, the Thunder Spears, which man, if you're in there, I would. If you weren't Reiner and you didn't have all that heavy like armor and stuff, though the normal Titans will get absolutely destroyed by these things. And because of that, or just because in the general of how dangerous they are, it makes a lot of sense for them to maybe not use these types of machines or use these types of weapons every day against normal Titans because there's so much risk reward within it. I mean, they literally show you that if they use it, they have a good chance to die as much as the Titan does, you know? So it's one of those things that because they invented it, they get an advantage, but at the same time, it might cost them a soldier just to even take out one of these Titans. And how much of an advantage is that, you know? So overall, man, this show is definitely putting out everything it truly can. I feel like at the jump, and I love that aspect because not only do I get to like watch the show and talk to you guys about it, but there's things that happen within anime that, you know, really can't be taken away in the sense of who's seen it and what it meant to you. You know, like what did this scene mean to you when you saw it? And I think these are one of the moments where I'm just like, I'll never forget the moment where Ryder and Aaron have fought. Like the first time they fought to now this time they fought will always be things that I remember because it was just hype. Like it was things that I really enjoyed. So to think that this is kind of the introduction to some people's to some people's Attack on Titan, like just to be like, oh hey, this show came back out and this is part two. Okay, I'm just gonna watch part two because I don't really care. And then you end up watching it and seeing everything that's popping off in this, man. Like you are lucky. You are so lucky to see this stuff. Like as a fandom, we've been waiting and praying for these moments to come, and here they are, and they're looking absolutely beautiful. So I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about Attack on Titan, or if you guys are just uh, happy that I'm doing reviews in general about it. Do you guys enjoy some Attack on Titan? Is it not something you really care for anymore because it took so long to come out? I've heard that a lot, that they just dropped it because it took long to come out. Why do you want to keep doing that to yourself? Keep waiting that long for something that you know is going to take forever to come. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. And I will definitely talk to you guys in the next one. I got Boruto about to be done soon here too, so I'll be dropping that very soon. Even though it was kind of a recap, I really like the direction they went with it, and I want to give them a shout out for what they did because it was very unique in this recap format. So with all that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Alright, peace.